Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to DET Toastmaster Club. So, welcome to meeting number 530. And the theme of today's meeting is Echoes of Appreciation. So, before we start the meeting, there are a few rules that everybody is supposed to follow during the meeting. And the first one, when you come here as a speaker, avoid speaking on topics like gender, politics, and religion, as it may hurt some people around you. And the second rule, while the speaker is on the stage, avoid cross-talking and moving in and out of the room, as it may distract the speaker on the stage. And I request everyone to put your mobile on silent mode. I'll give you 5 seconds quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now, to take this meeting forward for the presidential address, I'm going to invite a person who is like a networking master of a club, a true leader, and the president of DET Toastmaster Club. So help me welcome our today's president, Toastmaster Nitish, with a big round of applause.
A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Thank you so much. Before we start the meeting, I can see some guests in the meeting. May I know what is your name, what you do, and who introduced to this club? From you, sir. Please. Thank you, sir. Please, ma'am. Oh, great. Oh, great. Thank you, ma'am. Please, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Can you please say us one more time about your... Yeah, good name. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, guests, for your quick introduction. Let us know what happened in the previous meeting. For this, we have Toastmaster Amrutha. Yeah. Can I have Toastmaster Aakanksha as acting secretary to read the what happened in the previous meeting?
The previous meeting was meeting number 528, which was held on 1st May. The Sergeant at Arms was Toastmaster Sandeep, President Toastmaster Nitish. The theme for the last meeting was in the parallel universe, and the Toastmaster of the day was Toastmaster Mahmadhusen, General Evaluator Toastmaster Amrutha, and TTM, that is Table Topic Master, was Toastmaster Pranav. Timer Toastmaster Pratham, Counter Toastmaster Raghav, Grammarian listener Toastmaster Fida. Speakers, we had 3 speakers last time: Toastmaster Ishan, Sandeep, and Toastmaster Khushi. Evaluators were Nandeesh, Rachana, and Toastmaster Afaq. So the winners of the previous meeting were the best speaker was Toastmaster Sandeep, best role player was Toastmaster Amrutha as the general evaluator, best evaluator was Toastmaster Ruchita, and the best taggle role player was Toastmaster Raghav as the counter. And this was it in the last meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aakanksha. Now, I open meeting number 529 open. Echoes of appreciation. There was a time where there was a girl of age 20. She had a lot of sufferings and pain in life. Hope you all can differentiate between suffering and pain. She found an answer to what is the ultimate solution for the suffering what she has. Because the pain what we have in life, we have a solution for it. But the suffering is, the solution is within us. She traveled to different friends, different teachers, different gurus, different mentors, asking what could be the solution for this all suffering. I think she might have approached more than 20 to 25 people to understand what is the real suffering in life. Then there was a day she met a guru in life, a saint. The saint was a brahmachari. The first question she asked, Guruji, I have too much suffering in my life. My life is I'm not happy in my life. Can you give me some solutions to it? Then the Guruji asked, Beta, what is, according to you, is a peaceful life? Guruji, it has to be full free of problems, no problem in life. Okay. Can you tell me one problem in your life which is different? Guruji, I'm not good at studies. From the childhood, my academics are not good. What did you do for it? There was a question. Then the answer from the girl was, I literally studied hard, Guruji, day and night. I didn't really understand the mathematics chapter, but still I studied hard. Okay. Now I know what is your last mathematics marks, what you got? You told it's 97. Okay, sounds good. Then you said you're not good at academics. No, Guruji, it was when I was in my childhood. Okay, may I know how much did you get when you are at your childhood? I used to always fail. Okay, then let us know what did you do to get better in mathematics? Then she said, I failed, I improved, I practiced, I learned. But I have a solution with me. Why are you here? Imagine, Toastmasters, if that girl would have not failed in her childhood, she would have got that 97. Then the Guruji said, according to the spirituality, according to the law of gratitude, it's important to fail. It is important to have problems in life because problem is directly proportional to karma. How many of you believe this? Thank you. Then second problem. Guruji, people don't like me. Are it was all about your academics, professional journey. Now you started with personal life. I thought this problem could have ended. You have everything solution with you. Suffering is endless beta in your life. I know why people don't like. Because I don't know what I speak. Oh, this is a big problem. What did you do for it? Guruji, during my childhood days, I used to speak what was really necessary and people were not liking me because of my behavior. Then what did you do? I reached out to different people. I reached out to friends. I reached out to my parents. I'm not good at communication. I know how can I improve this. I got a better solutions, but I need a ultimate solution. Ultimate, where people could give me a respect. Oh, okay, okay, cool, cool. Calm down, calm down. In our Toastmasters, we know that we don't have to speak politics, but let me know, out of 100%, how many are against the Prime Minister? There are many people. How many are against the Chief Minister? Of course, people do bad things, good things. People are always there to tell bad things. The leader of India has the suffering, has the pain, you shouldn't have. The leader of Karnataka has, you shouldn't have. Then this child thought, then there is no ultimate solution for the suffering. Of course, for the pain we have, but for the suffering we don't have. Then the Guruji answered in one line, the karma what you have, then the problems what you have, if you combine this both together, there is a solution in it. Anybody who didn't understand this? Thank you, thank you. I'll explain it in 2 minutes. The first thing is the karma what we have and the problem what we have, if we combine both together, this goes to the ultimate solution. Karma is whatever wrong we have done, it might be even a good things, whatever wrong or right we have done in our things, we evaluate in a one side. The problems what we have, we compare both of them to bring in a solution in life. Karma might be the Purva Janma's karma what we have. Some people have excellent knowledge of medical, but there are engineers in this generation. How do you think? So the both combines is a ultimate solution. Then I know what is the fundamentals of karma, problem and the solution. The Guruji tells in a 5 different elements. One is, whatever you have learned, have a respectful and a gratitude what you have. Whatever you have today to travel from home to here, had a car. Can I have a gratitude to all who have helped me to come here? The first point. Second point, it's okay to make mistakes, but it's important to evaluate. Not every time you are right or the opposite person is right, but it is important to evaluate what is right and wrong. Third point, karma is a stage of life. If you have gratitude, you will of course have an excellent solution and you will have a peaceful life. The fourth point, there shouldn't be ego. If suppose, let us talk, we have an excellent mentor in Toastmasters. It might be any teachers. What if there is an ego in whatever the knowledge of transfer they are giving it to the students? So the fourth point is, there shouldn't be ego in whatever you are giving it to the society. Because the knowledge what we get is from the universe, and if you have an ego in it, there's a barrier. So with this, dear Toastmasters, the course of appreciation is always have a gratitude. There shouldn't be ego in whatever you are doing, and karma and problem is our ultimate solution in what we believe. With this, let us take this meeting forward. We have someone known as the director of the meeting. He is also known as the Toastmaster of the day. This is a person who is a businessman, a blending businessman, who is into sales, operation, and tech. Guess what is his hobby? He calls it as the office. So let's put your hands together for the first time Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Pratham Kotarari as a Toastmaster of the Day.
All my fellow Toastmasters. A very warm good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. It's my pleasure to welcome you and serve you as the Toastmaster of Day today. So the theme of the meeting today is Echoes of Appreciation. Echoes of Appreciation. So let me tell you this through a short story. But before which, I would like to tell you a line. In today's world, where criticism is at its peak, recognition is rare. Appreciation is very important for people to survive in today's society. Because of the high competition, the way the world runs, appreciation is very needed. So there is a small story which I would like you to take with. A story of none other than my favorite Lord Shiva from Indian mythology. So once upon a time, when there was a churning of the ocean going on called the Samudra Manthan, that period, a very deadly poison named halahal had come out of the Samudra Manthan. That poison was so harmful that all the devils, creatures, and everyone present on the earth were very scared and did not have any idea how to do and were running here and there. That was the moment when my Lord Shiva entered without any hesitation and took the entire poison and swallowed it within himself. So he stopped that poison just within his throat. That turned his throat blue in color. And as it turned blue in color, he was named as as Nilkant. And this was his sacrifice. So do you think he did this for appreciation? Yeah, surely not. The reason for him to do this was save the world. So I believe that not only always grand gestures are needed to be appreciated, but sacrifices too have to be appreciated. So even thousands of years later, we appreciate him and the deed he did. So that is a kind of echo of appreciation. And the same is what we do here in our Toastmasters Club. Here we appreciate courage. Here we appreciate courage, respect spontaneity, and finally we see the echo where we learn. So let me take you to a small gist what happens in our Toastmasters meeting. Our Toastmasters meeting has 3 segments. The first one is the prepared speeches, the heart of the meeting. The second one, and the one which I like the most, the table topics segment. That is the period of spontaneity and talent. And finally, the third one, that's the evaluation segment, where we finally, after the entire meeting, mirror ourselves and see what all we have learned and what all we can improve on. I will describe this in a little more brief and detailed manner when we come to it. So Toastmasters International is a place where we learn leadership skills and public speaking. Toastmasters International was founded on 22nd October 1924 in California, US. This was founded by Ralph C. Smedley. It's a non-profitable organization which makes leaders, and we have more than 16,000 plus clubs in more than 140 plus countries, in which DET Toastmasters is one of them. DET Toastmasters was founded by Manjunath sir, Mr. V. Narayan and Sanjay sir. So now, any meeting is incomplete without its backbones or people who work behind the scene. So let me call our general evaluator of today. He is none other than a YouTuber, a person who teaches English, and today has brought a guest for us. So that's none other than Toastmaster Mahmadhusen.
Once again, good evening, Toastmasters and guests. So I'm the general evaluator for today's meeting. As a general evaluator, I'm supposed to evaluate the entire meeting from the start to the end. So all the speakers, role takers, and all the table topic speaker. So today's theme is echoes of appreciation. So this is the only platform that I have seen where you're not just criticized or your mistakes are found, you're also appreciated for what you do well. This is a one unique thing that I have learned from this platform. And before I joined this, in my head, evaluation only means pointing out mistakes and telling it to the person in front of you. So that is what the theme of our today's meeting. So we will not just criticize you or point out your mistakes, we'll also tell you what you did well, what you will do right and well in today's meeting. So this task a little difficult, so it cannot be done by one person single-handedly. So to do this task, we have a team called Taggle team. So T refers to timer, and A stands for our counter, G stands for grammarian, L stands for listener. So for timer, our today's timer is a newly joined member, and she doesn't look like a new member even though she had joined recently, taking a lot of roles in every single meeting. So help me welcome our today's timer, Toastmaster Fida, with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Hussein. Good evening, dear Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome all to this 529th meeting. And before starting and telling my role, I would really like to appreciate the person who came up with the thing. It is worth laudable. Yes, so my role is timer. So what a timer does? So timer is a person who would track your time and let all the speakers know where at what time they started and at what time they finished off, and to let them know that what and so that they could track their future timings as well in future sessions. So there are 3 sessions, just like Mahmadhusen told and Pratham told, that there are 3 sessions. Like first, we start up with the prepared speeches that spans for 5 to 7 minutes, and then there's this table topics that is for 1 to 2 minutes, and following that we have evaluations that is for 2 to 3 minutes. So what I do is, for the speakers, whenever they for prepared speeches, if they reach at 5th minute, I raise a green card. Okay, and when they and the yellow card is raised when they reach to 6th minute, and the red when they reach 7th minute. And I would be holding this card for 7.5 till 7.5 minutes, so that they know that 7.5 is the last timing, and after that they are disqualified. The similar way, I'll be letting you know about the timings through these fans cards in the table topics as well. I'll be raising green card at 1 minute, 1.5 I'll be raising yellow card, and the red card from 2 minutes to 2.5 minutes. Similar way, for evaluations, green card at the 2nd minute, 11th card at 2.5, and red card at 3 minutes, and I will be holding this till 3.5 minutes. I hope that's clear. and I'll be back with the results and the timing the speakers consumed in the later session, in the later part of the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fida, for introducing your role. The next member in our team is our counter. So whenever I want all of you to appreciate our member by giving them a big round of applause. So today's our counter is a third year engineering student and is a football player. So help me welcome our today's our counter, Toastmaster Tushar, with a big round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. I'll be the R counter for today's meeting. So, what is the role of an R counter? An R counter is responsible for noting down filler words. So, what are filler words? Filler words are words that you use to cover up your mistakes. For example, I went to a party. So, used a and the sentence didn't flow smoothly. So, these are some things that I'll be noting down, and I'll give you some examples of filler words. Filler words can include sounds like and words like and, so, and thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tushar. And our next role in our today team tackle team is Grammarian. So our today's Grammarian is a newly joined member, and she is a product designer by profession. So help me welcome our today's Grammarian, Toastmaster Rachana, with a big round of applause.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. As your grammarian today, I'm here not just to track your grammar and vocabulary, but I'm here to listen to the echoes of appreciation in the words we speak. After all, words are the most powerful ways we express gratitude, right? If we use them well, then they leave a lasting echo. So my primary role today is to observe language throughout the meeting. I will be noting down good grammar, effective language, vocabulary, and any misuses of grammar or words. The word of the day is laudable, which is an adjective, and it means deserving praise or admiration. For example, you might say, her consistent dedication to the team is truly laudable. Before we begin, I have a small activity. Since all of you have received a small slip which says you are, yeah, I'm just can you pass it on? Yeah. I just quickly want all of you to write any adjective or a gratitude word that comes in your mind. It can be anything like you are beautiful, you are amazing, or you are laudable, anything. Oh, I have a pen, you can pass it on. Please just borrow pens if you don't have. Sorry. Yeah, one word. After you're done, just fold it into like a chit. So I'll just quickly collect it. Like any adjective or a gratitude word, whatever. Sorry? That's fine. Okay, so I'll be back with my report whenever the general evaluator calls me. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rachana. Very creatively and wonderfully introduced your role, and you also introduced a new activity which is truly laudable. So next role in team is a listener. So today's listener is the Vice President Education of a club, and she's a journalism student. So help me welcome our listener Toastmaster Aakanksha with a big round of applause.
So good evening, everyone. Good evening again. So for today, I have taken, which I consider the most underrated role of Toastmasters. I feel that, but I want to tell you something. Listener role was actually not there, like in Toastmasters. It was only started. It was a new edition in like 2015. It's a very new role. A lot of clubs don't have this. I think our club is very lucky to have this very fun role called the listener. So what I basically do is I sit throughout the meeting. I take some questions from here and there, speeches, table topics, or any random thing that anyone has said in this hall, in this meeting. And I'll come back at the end of the meeting when the general evaluator calls me, and I'll ask you those questions. If you get them right, I'll give you a treat. And the treat is the treat is you'll know if you get a question right. But this is what I do in my role as a listener. So I'll be back with my questions at the very end of the meeting. I'm very excited to see you. And yes, back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aakanksha. This is our taggle team. So with the help of this taggle team, I'll be evaluating this entire meeting. So when you come here as a speaker, just feel comfortable because we are going to appreciate you if you do something laudable, right? And we'll also help you get better if you if there is something that needs to be improved. So this is what the taggle team is. This is the role of general evaluator. So I'll be back with my report with my taggle team when the Toastmaster of the day calls me back. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
So now finally we have arrived to the heart of the meeting, that is the prepared speech. So the prepared speech is a speech where people not only put their speeches but their hard work, their effort, their passion and their thoughts and finally merge them to get one particular speech. It's not just a speech they do, there have been put a lot of hard work, time, experience, whatever they have seen or they have heard. So we have today we have one speaker, that is Toastmaster Nandeesh. He is none other than our VPM. Yeah. So before that, I would like to call upon our first speaker's evaluator, Toastmaster Amrutha, to read out his project details. So please give a big round of applause for the first speaker, Toastmaster Nandeesh.
You don't have a yeah, because I have to keep my phone. Okay. And before I start, I have a request that uh, in between my speech, I want to display something in my phone, so I need 10 seconds buffer. Yes. Good evening, all. Have you ever had a moment that sparked and ignited the desire, the hidden desire within you, and propelled you towards your dreams? For me, one such moment was at the coronation last year. It all started during the season of contests, that is March 2024, and thanks to our networking master, Toastmaster Nitish. Because of him, I had an opportunity to meet and welcome some of the most esteemed guests from the Bangalore, including our current CGD, Toastmaster Shahri Jahan, and our Division Edge Director, Toastmaster Seema, and many others. And one such person was Toastmaster Siddharth. And while I was there, we chatted along, and I got to know that Toastmaster Siddharth was the vice chair of the upcoming coronation event, which was about to happen in May 2024. And he also introduced me to the coronation crew, a group of volunteers for the event. So he told and encouraged me to join the crew, and excited and eager to serve, I signed up as the member of the hospitality team, and that was my first step towards the world of networking. Fast forward to 2 months. 2 months later, I landed in Bangalore in May 2024, and I was anticipated, and I met the head of the hospitality team, that was Toastmaster Bhamati Pai, and many other incredible Toastmasters like Toastmaster Swapnil, Toastmaster Devi Prasad, Toastmaster Shilpa, and many others. And I was amazed to know that many of them who were like 3 years Toastmasters have already completed their DTM, and not only DTM, double DTM as well. So that at that moment, I thought that if they could achieve such greatness, then why couldn't I? And later, while I was arranging all the stuff for the event, such as ID badges, coupon cards, I enjoyed the camaraderie of working alongside such passionate Toastmasters, and I also learned that the importance of 2 important aspects of networking, that are teamwork and coordination. What captivated the most was the district level contests that were maybe the international speech contest, or the table topic contest, or may it be the evaluation contest. Watching those participants pour their heart in the event or the competition, and seeing their laudable performances, I was inspired to elevate my own speaking journey. And later, at the event, I met my ideal. He's a very great speaker, and he's Toastmaster Dhananjaya from Sri Lanka. He's the champion of World Public Speaking Contest 2014, and I had a moment with him, and I got a chance to click a picture with him. And later on, while coming back, I posted our picture on Instagram. And to my surprise, this person who is very down to earth, he reacted with that fire emoji, and I was surprised and encouraged by his reaction. I went on to thank him for being such an inspiration to Toastmasters like me. And later on, there was another surprise. He replied soon and saying that keep shining and the pleasure was all mine. And that moment, I decided, no, I would remain a Toastmaster forever in my life, wherever I go. And I also decided to renew my journey and elevate myself as a speaker and a leader. And from then, there is no going back. In the next elections, I became the SA, that is the Sergeant at Arms of the club, and currently I am serving as the Vice President of Membership of the club. And I don't know, there is more to come. So to conclude, I would like to say that coronation event helped me to connect with the most incredible and most valuable people in my life, and I have learned a lot about networking. So I encourage everyone of you, each one of you, to grab every opportunity, because you never know when a small conversation can lead you to such incredible networking. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
So now we move to the second segment, that is the table topics, the time of spontaneity. So I would like to call upon our table topic master for today, who is none other than our president, that is Toastmaster Nitish.
Once again, very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Can I have it louder, please? Thank you so much. We need energy for table topics. Table topics. What comes to the mind? In a single word. When you hear table topics, what comes to the mind? Huh? Any other words? Group discussions? Huh? Topics. Fun. For me, table topics. I was figuring out what is really table topics in life is. Do you all remember in your childhood days, the answers which you didn't know, when your teacher asked the question and you didn't know it? How many of you went blank except the toppers? Even I was so. Table topics, the same what we had in, to brief it more for the guest. What we had in school, we can speak topics. It is similar to the same. You have 2 minutes to speak on the topic. At 1 minute, there'll be a green card. 1 minute, 30 seconds, there'll be a yellow card. 2 minutes, there'll be a red card. You'll have a 30 minutes to speak. It is simple. I'm sure the universe will, of course, help you to speak what you want. So, are you all ready? I didn't get what is the problem? You know what is the problem? Who is that first person who is eager to give the table topics? Toastmaster Tushar. Numerous drops makes an ocean. Numerous drops makes an ocean. Toastmaster Tushar.
Good evening, everyone. How many of you have read the book Atomic Habits? Okay, quite a few. So I guess all of you will get to know what I'm trying to say. I'll be very general about it. So I think in the 1950s or something, the Britain's UK team of cyclists, they were not doing so well. So they appointed a certain somebody to go and check what is wrong with the system and what is wrong with the cyclist. So as he began to investigate, he noticed little things like were the cyclists sleeping properly, were the clothes comfortable, was the cycle up to the height, and was it up to the mark. So all of us might be thinking, why is he focusing on how are they sleeping, what are they wearing? This feels very absurd. But then a few years later, when he made some adjustments, like he made sure that they slept on time, he made sure that they had proper food, he made sure that they wore comfortable clothes. Suddenly everything changed. Britain went from being one of the worst performing teams to the best performing teams. So what was the reason behind this? The reason was that he looked at little things that all of us failed to notice, and these little things compiled, and then suddenly there was a huge burst all of a sudden. So this is what the table topic means to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tushar. May I call upon Toastmaster Mehak? Toastmaster Mehak. Love lies in the attention to details. Love lies in the attention to details. Toastmaster Mehak.
Good evening, Toastmasters and friends. That is so true what he just told us. Haven't you noticed then that when we have breaks here, a 10-minute break, we all rush down and immediately everybody rushes to the speaker, the Toastmaster of the day, the general evaluator, and we are telling them, oh my God, the way you began, the quotes you used, the phrases you used are so amazing. I would like to narrate a small incident that happened with me recently. At college, we had culturals. My friend Vaishnavi is here. She would agree to whatever I tell. So we have culturals, a very similar pick and speak kind of a competition is happening at college. Me and my friend are standing. We are actually embarrassing ourselves by just talking nonsense because the topics were so. And I could realize that the audience, may that be my classmates, my seniors, my juniors, when I'm talking, they're bowing, they're listening. And then when I said something wrong, there was a forbidden word that was given to me, that was phone. I was told not to use the word phone, but they gave me a phrase which had the word phone. I was just thinking, let's not do it. Let's do it the way they have asked me to do it. And I decided I will use the word mobile or an electronic device. But I ended up telling iPhone and mobile phone. So the whole audience goes, oh no. I could hear that echo. And that is when I realized that the audience is listening to me and the audience is bothered if I talk well or not. It doesn't matter to them if we win or not. But your audience is always sitting and supporting you because they want you to talk. You must be thinking as a speaker, it's like I have to complete my duties, I have to talk well, I will embarrass myself. But the audience are more bothered about you and worried about you, that what will you talk, and hopefully you'll talk best. Completely, I agree with this topic. I feel all of us do. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak, for letting us know the perspective what you have. May I call upon Toastmaster Aakanksha? Toastmaster Aakanksha, occupied or busy? Occupied or busy, Toastmaster Aakanksha?
Yeah, exactly. What is the difference? I want to ask a question before I start. When someone you don't want to hang out with calls you, Aakanksha, or like, hey, you want to hang out today? We're just going to grab some coffee or something like that. What do you say? I'm busy, or I am occupied. What do you usually say? I mean, that's the answer I give after 8 p.m. every day. But for me, I think it's more, I say I'm busy. Or I do say both because I am a working professional. I work. And you don't know if I'm working or not. But I always say that I'm busy or occupied whenever I want to do something or whenever I'm running late. Not to Toastmasters though, because for some, no, for some reason, when I actually I'm coming to Toastmasters, like throughout the whole week, I don't have any work at 4 o'clock. But the day that I have Toastmasters on Thursday, exact at 3, I get a message from my boss. So we need a quick video on this. Can you just edit this? Every time, and every time I run late. But except this, I think I don't know what you wanted me to convey through this occupied or busy, but I think this is how I came up with this idea of telling people that I am occupied or busy, or like what Mehak said, I'm going to play badminton after it's 8, so don't disturb me. That is my way. Thank you. Over you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aakanksha. We have a guest here. Can I call upon guest Vaishnavi? Guest Vaishnavi, we have limited control over our circumstances. We have limited control over our circumstances.
Good evening, everyone. So, I would like to begin with circumstances. So, just before I arrived here, I told Mehak to try avoiding me for any of the speaks, and this is the circumstances I'm standing before you. I really fall short for words and control circumstances or in sense of anything. I would tell you a short story. Recently, I had been to a trip with my friends, and we thought of traveling a bit long on bike or whatever. So then we got some second-hand bikes or whatever, like vehicles which were not good, very good in conditions. Then we thought of just letting it go, and like we thought we could manage, we could control anything of that. And within a 10 minutes of span, we began the ride. Two of our friends fall from the bike and they had serious injuries, just like I told. And we had to cut short our trip, and so just like that. Also, thank you.
A great try, guest Vaishnavi. Next, can I call upon Toastmaster Afaq? Toastmaster Afaq, life might not give everyone a second chance. Life might not give everyone a second chance. Toastmaster Afaq.
Yes. Can I ask you a question? Do you know some examples whom life has not given a second chance? Anybody in this world? Anybody, one example. Except maybe the infants who went away before coming into this world, or people, I mean, the children before growing up. But this, what the table topic master asked, doesn't suit that circumstances. It suits for a circumstances where either a person has gone wrong or something has happened with him from the external sources and there was no second chance. In my entire life, table topic master, I'm 55 now, I can tell you with command that there is no single person in the world that life has not given a second chance. In fact, life has given multiple chances. A father gives a multiple chance for the prodigal son. Friendship is given chance. Relationships are given chance. Everywhere we given chance. There is some kind of a psyche behind it where people said that the life doesn't give a second chance. I have got so many chances from my friends. After having a failed in business, getting contracts in the business, my investor trusted me. After failing to pay money at the right time to my investors, they gave me a second chance. My friends gave me a second chance. Everyone gives a second chance. God gives second chance. So let us not believe that people do not get second chance. It's a very big myth or a falsehood which is created by a person who is very indifferent to human emotions or humanity. I can go on and on. In fact, very great gurus have said it. Everybody gets a second chance. But the thing is, let us not cheat the people who are giving chances and say life doesn't give second chance. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for proving life will give us. May I call upon Toastmaster Amrutha? Toastmaster Amrutha, understand the nature of thoughts. Understand the nature of thoughts, Toastmaster Amrutha.
A very good evening, one and all present here. When I was at the age of 6 or 7, I used to dream a lot, but I wasn't working on it. I used to think that many of my friends were doing such a great things that I do a lot, I think a lot, but unable to implement in my life. So one day, what happened? I went to my dance class regularly, and my dancer, who was has a who always loved to give me opportunity to grow more in my life. I got an opportunity to go to Dance Karnataka Dance, which is a reality show in Z Kannada. I went to Bangalore for 1 week. Understanding the nature of a person not only depends upon the behavior, but also the work you do in front of them. After this, after 1 year, after when I'm done with my shoot, I got another opportunity to work as a model in a big brand. It's an Aarti Crafts, which is a great work of Kasuti. It's an international brand. I got a call from them, and she was asking me since 1 year that would you be a model for us? Would you be a model for us? Then after 1 year, I replied yes for that. And even my parents were glad that I'm working with them. My parents understood my nature and my capability to work on it. And by there, I realized that not only understanding the nature is important, but also working on our nature to grow more. This is the take on my topic. Thank you.
Good take, Toastmaster Amrutha. Can I have a guest among anyone? So please, we'll call you. We'll call you. Hubli, Afrad. Guest Muhammad Afrad. Control and accept the reality. Control and accept the reality. Guest Afrad.
Alright everyone, I am Muhammad Afraz. Right, and my topic is control and accept the reality. I'll just tell you an instance of my life recently, last semester. There was a girl that I liked, right, and she was, no, I'm not letting out the details again, people will, right. She's from my class, and yeah, the reality. My knees are feeling weak. Thanks, sure, yeah. Right, and yeah, it all started at the starting of third semester. I just noticed her, and after a week, अभी just शुरू कर रहा था. Okay, okay, and she had a friend, and through him, I tried to know her, and unfortunately, he didn't seem to be helpful to me. Was not a good wingman, you can say. All right, and because of that, maybe he let out the secrets. Maybe he gave a wrong impression of me to her, and बड़ा कलेश हो गया, and झगड़ा हो गया, and I still feel a deep fear to talk to her. And yes, हाँ मैं गलती किया, and I did make mistake. I should have talked to her through her face, not by any middleman. Right, that was my mistake, and I tried to accept my faith and move on, and not have control over it. That was it. This is what I was.
Great take, guest. Can I call upon your name? Sufiyan. If you had a choice between confident and overconfident,
Hello Toastmasters. So my topic is to be overconfident. Okay. So I'll give you a life experience by quoting a sentence. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go for. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. I repeat. Don't be afraid to be the good to go for the great. Expressing this, I want to say I'm a stock market guy. Okay. So confident and overconfident is more required in stock market. Yeah, I'll tell you my example. I had invested around 50K into stock market. Okay. So while if you want to make a money into stock market, you need to be confident and you have to stick to the setups that you want to make money. You shouldn't be overconfident. While I'll make whenever the price goes up, you shouldn't be investing your money every time. You need to be capable. You need to be confident that this trade only will give me money. Okay. So that's the confident and overconfident I want to say. That's the best.
We'll take a guest. We have a last topic. Toastmaster Khushi, we respond if we look within. We respond if we look within. Toastmaster Khushi. We respond if we look within.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Do we really respond when we look into ourselves? Have you ever tried to look at people who make mistakes and try to evaluate them? Oh, this could have been this way. Or you could have spoken in this way. Oh, but that was the best part. Similarly, in life, when we look into our own selves, we actually get onto the right path. I remember this one incident in my school days where it was this time of elections. And I was an all-rounder, so I expected that people would, vote for me and all of that stuff. And I was confident enough. But it was somewhere that I lacked actually. When I was campaigning for myself, I noticed that people were actually better than me. There was this one point where I missed, but they just excelled at it. That was the confidence they showed off with this speech and when they're campaigning. I was used to being on stage and giving speeches, and being an orator was all normal for me. But during campaigning, I just lost by a mark. So that was the day I realized and self-assessed myself, okay, Khushi, where did you go wrong? And I realized that I had to put up with my skills of being on the stage, showing up confidently and telling people what I'm capable of. And since then, I've always trained myself into public speaking, communication, being on stage, and being confident even though you don't know anything. That's how you bluff people, and that is how you actually excel in life, is what I would say. So the ultimate message that I would like to give you all is, it's not always wrong to assess yourselves, know your flaws, but knowing your flaws and improvising on them every time you make mistakes is something that is appreciated by everyone. So yes, this is my take.
Thank you, Toastmaster Khushi. My call upon Toastmaster Rachana. Hoping there was someone. Hoping there was someone, Toastmaster Rachana.
Good evening, everyone. So there's this interesting story that I want to tell. This goes back to my school days. I think I was in 5th grade or something, and it was like the most important time of our school days, which is exam days. And we had our history exam. I had prepared really well because history is something that I really like, and I was very confident that I'm gonna go and like ace the exam. And I went there, and everything was fine. And just before the exam starts, we get some time to settle down and everything, and then we take our bags to the classroom. We keep whatever is needed, like your pencil case and everything, and then you have to keep your bags outside. And then I was like on the way, I was just like going through, like my book was in my hand, I was just going through stuff. And when I reached my desk, I don't know how, but I forgot my textbook under my desk. I kept all my pencil cases, my bottle, everything there, and I just kept my bag out. And I was not aware that my textbook was in there. And I confidently started writing my exam, and I was like very glad that the paper was so easy. And because I had prepared well, I was writing, everything was going well. And suddenly the teacher just stopped at my desk. She's like, Rachana, what is that? I was like, what? Like, there's a book under your desk. And I didn't know that I kept it there by mistake. And she just looked at me. She's like, just come out, because it's clear that you're cheating. But when I wasn't, and when I was so confident that I had prepared so well, and yeah, and then that's when I wished that I hope there was someone who, like, there was a person sitting next to me, but she also didn't open her mouth because she didn't want to get in trouble. But I was like, I was really hoping, like, hope someone speaks up for me that she wasn't cheating. She had actually prepared well, and she was like writing her exam. And yeah, I mean, gladly I did get to rewrite it, so that's fine. But I hope someone was there at that time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rachana. Can we take last table topic from Toastmasters? I forgot the name of the word. Toastmaster Pratham. Certain gifts for granted. Certain gifts for granted. Toastmaster Pratham.
Certain gifts for granted, right? Are for granted or are granted? Yeah. So, good evening, everyone, again. So, certain gifts are for granted. As a businessman, I know this, how it can be placed. Certain gifts are for granted. Now, there are two ways. Few gifts which have to be given when we conduct conferences. We have taken clients to Dubai when they complete their tasks. So recently we have taken them, but to Prague, Budapest, so there were people who completed their targets, they were taken, but there were few where they had not at all completed their targets. There was nothing to do regarding the trip, but we had to give that gift to them for granted because they are with us since our grandparents' time. So they are for us granted. We have one of our clients who takes nothing from us, but we need to give him all the facilities. Reason, he is one who gives us connection with one of our major clients who gives us more than 10% of our sales. So it's not always that when you do things, it goes fair. Some things are to be done unfair, things have to be given for granted, because if those things are given for granted and those things work right, then many other things can come for you which can help you out grow or do something better. So always people say he has got this for granted, he has got that for granted. In this world, no one gets anything for granted. If he has got something for granted, there is some backhand picture which has been a reason for him to get that for granted. So if it is a ruler who is getting his child as a king, there is also something for granted, that is his knowledge, his ability, which we have not seen, how much hard work he has done, how much he has learned, how much he has gone through. Because we are a people, we say, yeah, he is king's son, he has to be the king, no other thing to see. But the king, if he has several options, he also has to think and finalize. Because if this is my right child, this is correct for the ruling, then I need to be fair to him. I need to make him the king. Because if things are taken for granted, then there will be a reason why that thing was taken for granted. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for taking all the topics and taking your 2 minutes. Thanks to this book, all the topics which was given for you were from this book, The Art of Focus. The life was not going how I wanted. So in Bangalore at my sister's house, I found this. I started reading this and I got to know next week I'm a table topic master. So this was something, each sentence I started reading, I felt this could be a topic for all the participants, could be speakers. So thanks to this book, I suggest everyone to read this book, The Art of Focus. This is the true meaning of what the life is real. Thank you everyone. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
So after this, we will have our evaluation segment that would be the mirror of our work that we have done the entire day in the entire meeting. But before this, we will be taking a short break of 10 minutes. Achha. I would like to invite the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratham. So this is the last segment of our meeting. So the entire meeting will be evaluated. To evaluate our first speaker, Toastmasters Nandeesh, I would like to invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Amrutha, with a big round of applause to evaluate his speaker.
Evaluation where growth meets greatness. Evaluation where growth meets greatness. A very good evening, one and all present here, and a special evening to my speaker, Toastmaster Nandeesh. Let's begin with the areas of excellence. Before I start with my evaluation, I would like to mention that my evaluation will be in a 3-way. The very first one is areas in excellence, areas of improvements, areas of summarization. So the areas of excellence, he started with a great quote which grabbed the attention of an audience. And the smile was carried out throughout his speech, which was commendable. And his energy was balanced up to his script. And he had a great eye contact with the audience. Next come areas of improvements. You mentioned that my step towards the world of networking, which I felt that it was a monotonous, which could be in a voice modulation that my step towards the world of networking, which you could have mentioned with a expression and with a great voice. And the second point is you are showing the image to the audience. You took a time, maybe 10 to 15 seconds. You could have prepared it before you give a speech. It would be easy for you and even to the audience to know more about it. And the third point in areas of improvements, I would like to suggest you that your script was pretty awesome. And the thing is, expressions were somewhere missing. Smile was carried out throughout the speech, but I think expression to the quotes that you have used were pretty great. You could have worked more on expression. To come on the areas of summarization, I appreciate Toastmaster Nandeesh as he's working so well on giving the speeches and balancing his academics too. Indeed, your speech was pretty good, and I hope to give you more speeches. Thank you.
So next it's time to hear the evaluation from our Taggle team. So first timer. So I would like to invite our timer Toastmaster Fida.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here with the results. Results with the timing consumed by the speakers. So, starting with Nandeesh for prepared speeches, Nandeesh consumed 7.18 seconds. Then Tushar, 1 minute 28 seconds. Mehak, 1 minute 54 seconds. Aakanksha, 1 minute 48 seconds. Vaishnavi, 1 minute 30 seconds. Afaq, so 1 minute 57 seconds. Amrutha, 1 minute 41 seconds. Afrad, 2 minute 18 seconds. Sufiyan, 1 minute 40 seconds. Khushi, 1 minute 50 seconds. Rachana, 1 minute 58 seconds. Pratham, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Evaluator, for evaluation, Amrutha consumed 2 minutes 14 seconds. That's with my evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fida, for your report. So next, I would like to invite Toastmasters Tushar for his Aakanksha report.
Good evening, everyone. I'm back with my report. Toastmaster Nitish, no filler words. Toastmaster Pratham, 2 times. Toastmaster Mahmadhusen, no filler words. Toastmaster Fida, 4 times. 4 plus times. Toastmaster Rachana, 1 time. Toastmaster Aakanksha, 1 time. Toastmaster Amrutha, 1 time. Toastmaster Nandeesh, 4 plus times and 4 times, 1 time. Toastmaster Mehak, no filler words. Guest Vaishnavi, 4 plus times. Toastmaster Afaq, no filler words. Guest Afrad, 1 time. Guest Sufiyan, 1 time. Okay, 1 time. Toastmaster Khushi, no filler words. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tushar. So for the Grammarian report, I would like to invite Toastmaster Rachana.
Good evening again. I must say, what a laudable evening of speeches it has been. And yeah, this is for the guests. I'm sorry I forgot to mention it before, but whenever somebody uses the word of the day, we appreciate them by snapping our fingers. So to start with, there were really good uses of sentences, words, and language, and there were a few misuses as well. So starting with President Nitish, I really like the way he used every time whenever he gives his address, he metaphorically conveys his like a story to the theme, which really captivates the audience. And I think it's really interesting how he spoke about karma and ego and then related it to the theme. And coming to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Pratham, I think he also really introduced the theme very well. And I think there were a few jumble of words in between, like where he said today we have like twice or something. And coming to the speaker, I think grammar was really great, TM Nandeesh, but there were like when you say a sentence, like there weren't pauses, so we couldn't really tell like where the punctuation is. So it just felt like a really long sentence. So maybe you could improve on that. And coming to table topics, Toastmaster Afrad, he said not that helpful. Like instead of that, you could say not helpful, because using that multiple times would not be correct. And I think other than that, everybody else did a great job with their language. And the word of the day was used thrice by Toastmaster Fida. Toastmaster Mahmadhusen twice and Toastmaster Nandeesh in his speech. And the sentences were also really perfect, which is amazing. And yeah, that is my report. And thank you for everyone for filling the slips. So I just request all of you to like take one when you go home, because when like somebody gives an appreciation, it stays in someone's heart for days. So you can keep it with you and don't forget to take it home. And yeah, so let like the words today deserve to echo long after, even after this meeting. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rachana. So now it's time for our listener. So help me welcome our today's listeners, Toastmaster Aakanksha.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Now you know what the goodies are. Okay. So I'll start off with a few questions I want you guys to answer, and if you do answer, like I said before, you'll get a chocolate. There. Okay. So what was the topic that was given to Toastmaster Mehak for table topics? Okay. Okay, that is a pretty close answer, but we'll see if Toastmaster that's the exact. Okay, so I'll tell the okay. The topic will go to Toastmaster Mahmadhusen. The topic was love lies in the details of attention. I am very disappointed in you, Toastmaster Mehak, that you don't know what your own topic was. So okay. Okay. No, it was the right topic. Okay. Now in Toastmaster Nandeesh in Toastmaster Nandeesh speech, who he mentioned the director of Area H1. Who is the director of Area H1? Okay, Toastmaster. Sorry, oh my God, I'm really sorry. Division director, not district director of Area H1, because Area H1 only has. I mean, a slip of mine. Everyone makes mistakes. Please understand. I'll give you the chocolate later. Who is the area? Who is the area director? Of, I didn't say off. Who is the area director of area A3? Sorry, I don't know. No, this. I'm really sorry for the unprofessionalism, but the chocolate goes through. Okay. I apologize for the unprofessionalism. Okay, now Toastmaster Rachana already mentioned this, but who were the people who used the word of the day today? And that's it. Now we're here to use it. Now I have a question for the guests. It's not the question that we usually ask for guests. We usually ask who's the founder of DET or who's the founder of. But today I have a question for you. In the beginning of the meeting, Toastmaster Mahmadhusen came at the beginning of the meeting and he told us 3 rules. Do you remember those 3 rules? 3 rules. He told us, I'll give you a hint, that before we start the meeting, there are 3 ground rules that we have to follow in every meeting. You remember? Okay, any one rule. No. Okay, I'll tell one rule. You can tell the other 2. One is to switch off your phone. Yes. So he told two more. Do you remember those? Anyone? Yes, yes, exactly. Yes. Now I have a question for the whole meeting. What is the small business that Afrad's mother owns? Who is the first one? I think first was the Fida. I saw her hand. Yes. A specific word. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is the last question for today. In Toastmaster Tushar's table topic, which country was mentioned? Oh my god. Anyone else other than those two? Like, I want to give chance. They've read. Anyone else? Because no one? Like a final answer. Are you sure? Are you 100% sure? He mentioned the cyclist group of Britain. So this is was in the book. I think Mehak, you have read the book. How do you not know this? But anyways, thank you so much. This was my session of the listeners. As the listeners know, I'll give the stage back to the general evaluator for today's moment. Oh my god, I'm holding it the wrong way.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aakanksha. So these are the reports by our Taggle team. So now, as a general evaluator, so I'll be giving my report. So the meeting, okay. So here is the general evaluator's report. The meeting started at 6:18. So we were 8 minutes late. So I request the president to ensure that we start the meeting on time, and I also request the members to be on time at the venue. Acting SA Toastmaster Mahmadhusen started the meeting with a lot of energy, and he didn't speak. Though he started with energy, he didn't speak anything on the theme. So I should have. So I will try. And I explained the basic and ground rules that has to be followed by everyone. So the acting secretary Toastmaster Aakanksha briefed the member on the previous meeting. And the president Toastmaster Nitish, he was well dressed for his position, and he gave a very good speech on the theme. So his storytelling skill was really great. His body language and vocal variety was up to the point, and he asked questions and he engaged the audience. And the Toastmaster of the day, he spoke really well on the theme. He spoke on the theme, the echoes of the appreciation, and then he went on to speak about the International Toastmaster, and then he talked about the DET Toastmaster Club and the different segments of the meeting. So you missed on to speak on the number of clubs we have, the present number of countries we have presence in. So, okay, I'm sorry. So then coming to the Taggle team, Toastmaster Fida timer. So you introduce the role really well. You explain the time allocated for different segments and different roles. But one thing I want you to focus on, you are not recording the time when the president was speaking. Even when the Taggle team was introducing their roles, there is a specific amount of time allotted. You need to record that. And coming to the R counter, Toastmaster Tushar, you introduced the role really well, and your report was up to the mark. And the Grammarian Toastmaster Rachana, she introduced the role very creatively, and the word of the day that she introduced were very easy but not often used. We use either happy and some other words. Sorry, not happy. We use a different word. So laudable was not often used. So it was very easy to use. That is why so many members used it. And you forget to mention that we need to snap fingers when the members use the word of the day. And Toastmaster Aakanksha, listener, she introduced her role, and she also told us about the history behind the new role that was introduced in 2015. And coming to your questions, the questions were very engaging, a lot of fun, a great report. And the table topics, table topic master, Toastmaster Nitish. So he had great topics. Topics were not that related to the theme, still they were very engaging and thought provoking. And Toastmaster Tushar, you had really great content. You shared a story from one of the books that you have read. It was very inspiring. Toastmaster Mehak, she shared her perspectives with examples from her college life. And Toastmaster Aakanksha, as usual, she was very confident and she spoke very spontaneously. And guest Vaishnavi. So even though you came here for the first time on the stage, you were very confident, you spoke really well, and you shared stories from your experiences, and you look very confident. So when I came here for the first time, I was very nervous. I really appreciate that. Toastmaster Afaq, he had a really great take on the theme or topic that was given to him. He justified it with a lot of examples from his life. It was a great take. Toastmaster Amrutha, she spoke really well and she connected it with one of her inspiring experience or event that she had in her life. Guest Afrad, I really like that you are very confident when you came here for the first time. You're laughing throughout your talk. That's one thing that I noticed, and you are quite comfortable sharing your stories, though they were too personal. Yes, Sufiyan. So you came on the stage for the second time. You began with a very good quote. Don't be afraid to give up the good for great. That was a very nice quote that you shared with us at the beginning of your speech. And you are very confident and you are smiling throughout your talk. Your body language was good. Yes, it was a great. So as you come here regularly, so you will definitely gain a lot of confidence. You will get better at impromptu speaking. And when I came here as a guest, I was just like you. So now you can see me. And then Toastmaster Khushi, as usual, she had a great take on the topic. And Toastmaster Rachana, so you're very confident when you were here for the table topics speech, but vocal variety, I think it was missing. I want you to work on it a little bit. And Toastmaster Pratham, your table topics was really great and very informative. And coming to our evaluators, Toastmaster Amrutha, you began with a very good quote, growth meets great. Evaluation is where growth meets greatness. And you explained your way of evaluation and you just touched the different aspects of Toastmaster Nandeesh. And Toastmaster Nandeesh, you had really good content. I think you could have practiced a little more to avoid those gaps and us. So you are giving that speech for the second time. So I expected you could have delivered it far better. So I want you to work on, practice it a few more times so that you can give great speeches and entertain all of us. And when we came here at the venue was not ready for the meeting. So that's why we got late. So I want to bring it to the notice of president so that we can have everything in place so that we can start the meeting on time. So this is my general evaluation report. So I would like to hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day.
So thank you everyone. I hope this was a very memorable meeting and I think guests liked it too. So I'm done with my table topic master of the day. Signing off, Pratham Kothari. Yeah, and I go back all the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratham, for being the Toastmaster of the day. We have one announcement coming in to all the members. We are up with the fifth month now, and we have only 2 months to go. The election is going to be soon in the 3rd week or the 4th week. So to all the members here who are not the office bearers, although you are already office bearer and want to go to the higher roles, you have a good opportunity here. I feel even all the ESCOM members, leadership is a good experience what you have in. So I encourage everyone to please, once the IPP announces the nomination in the official group, I request whoever are interested to please nominate for it and be prepared for taking up the roles for the next elections. This is one announcement. Can I call upon VP to take the next minute? Okay. TMOD. Oh, take TMOD. No, you have to give icebreaker, man. Give icebreaker. You have to give icebreaker. No, give icebreaker. Huh? Thank you, Toastmaster Aakanksha. Another quick announcement, whoever has not enrolled for the coronation, please enroll. Here, I think so, you have to contact Aakanksha again. We are almost 11 to 12 people going from Hubli. Please, it is gonna be great event already. Huh? Okay, Hubli Dava. It is a division. I call upon the General Evaluator, Table Topic Master, Vice President Education, Toastmaster of the Day. Good.
First, best evaluator of this.
Please come here.
The best speaker of the day.
The best role player is tie between two people, Toastmaster Pratham and Toastmaster Mahmadhusen. They can see it, right?
Best tackle player to
Best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Mehak. It takes a lot of courage to be for the first time on the guest. For the guests, whoever have come on the stage and taken the 2 minutes, I call upon guest Vaishnavi, guest Afrad, Afran and Sufiyan. Afras.